Welcome to the Married and Unmarried podcast. I'm Haley. I'm the married one.
I'm Andy, and I am unmarried.
Really?
That makes married and unmarried, the two of us.
You teased him. You teaser.
Hey, episode number 9, I think.
Wow, lucky 9. There's nothing lucky about the number 9, but...
Not really.
Except that it's divisible by 3. Only 3 and 9. I took remedial math in college.
I'm not good at math. Math is not my thing.
Well, that's not good.
Why?
We can't both be bad at math.
You said you were good at math.
No, I took remedial math.
Oh.
That's like...
What do you mean we can't both? Why can't we both just be bad at math?
Because we're going to go through the rest of this podcast being bad at math.
You know what you're also bad at? Your taxes.
Yeah. So... recently learned my uncle is a CPA. Hi, Uncle Sam.
Hi, Uncle Sam. And
when I started having to pay taxes, I don't know what age I had to start doing that. 18. My mom would the W whatever would
maybe earlier. It might be when you start a job that you got to pay taxes.
Oh, I had a job when I was 16. So I guess whenever that was like I didn't know what the W form was until like it stopped getting sent to my parents' house because my mom would see it before like I would see it, and she would just like give it to my uncle and then like take the money out of my bank account to pay it.
Pay the taxes.
Yeah, but it was well, sometimes I guess she would pay it out of her money because I didn't know how to save money. Anyway, so I never was taught how to do taxes, and then I got married. Like right out of college.
You did that.
So then I had a husband who did know how to pay taxes, but we still sent them to my uncle who's a CPA. And we're very blessed that we get to do that.
Uncle Sam.
Thomas, because it was recently tax day in America, Thomas was like, hey, just want to let you know, after today, let's get your W-4 updated. Don't know what that is. I don't think you checked the box where your federal taxes came out of every paycheck. So I didn't pay federal taxes the entire year.
That's a mistake.
Yeah, and my uncle is a genius, and he was like, I don't think Haley meant to do this. So he filed what's called an extension, which means I didn't have to pay on tax day, but Thomas made us pay them anyway. I don't know if I'm saying this all correctly. Basically, we had to pay a lot of taxes because I didn't check a box.
I do freelance, so I pay a lot of taxes no matter what.
Yeah, so somebody was telling me that because you do freelancing, like you probably are going to end up with like this thing called a return.
No.
Oh.
So the way freelancing works, and again, I might be wrong about this. It's not impossible. I don't have an Uncle Sam. I use Uncle TurboTax. The way that I understand, so when I do freelance, they say we'll give you, like, let's say it's $20. They're like, we'll give you $20 to do this great job. I get more than $20, but you know. So they'd be like, we'll give you $20 to do this job. They give me all $20. There's none of that comes out for taxes, like how our paychecks, they take tax out.
Right.
That's not how it works. They just give you all $20. But I still have to pay the same rate of tax. But you've handed me all $20. So I have to save the money out of that on my own. And then when tax time comes, that's when I pay it all back.
So you and I did the same thing for tax day, except you knew you were doing that.
Correct, because I'm an adult.
And I didn't.
Child.
I still don't know what these W forms are.
You have a W. Everyone has a W-2.
Found that in our...
Well, they send it to you, so yes.
Yep, found that. There's this thing called a W-4.
I don't know what that one does.
I don't know either, but that's the one that I messed up and checked the box wrong.
There you go.
So,
well, now you know.
Also, we were very close to filing our taxes incorrectly because my uncle thought I had changed my last name. I haven't done that. So Haley Fawcett probably exists somewhere, but not in this circumstance. So Haley Fawcett was about to pay a lot of taxes that Haley Hogan owed.
Got it.
I should probably change my name at some point in time, but I'm not in a rush.
Or she might have changed it by the time this episode comes out. You never know.
Probably not. It's a
Always
process.
keep the internet guessing.
What if your wife has a cooler last name than you? Would you consider changing your last name?
Taking her name? Probably not. So my family, there's only 2 guys who can carry on the family name. In all the like nieces, nephews, there's only 2 of us.
It's you and your cousin?
My cousin. He has had a baby by now, so he has carried it on.
He did his part.
I think it's a boy.
So you could not keep your name because your cousin did his job.
I could, or I could strengthen the family name.
Oh, build a dynasty.
A dynasty.
I feel like Hamilton already kind of is a dynasty. Do you know if you're related to Alexander Hamilton?
I don't think I am.
But how do you know?
I don't.
Ancestry.com.
But you know what will change if I am? Absolutely nothing. So
Nothing.
there's not really much of a point in spending the time to figure it out.
Have you watched the musical?
No, actually, I don't want to.
It's literally your last name.
Yeah, but it's
Hamilton.
I don't like musicals. Not for me.
Yeah, I don't like them either. I like them.
Oh, I think we could have guessed that.
Hamilton.
I feel like that's something you would listen to in the car.
Yeah, but you might like Hamilton. I do. You might like Hamilton because it's like rap.
If it's in musical form, pass.
Just on your next road trip, like consider listening to the playlist. Like you don't have to know the musical because like the way it is, if you play track 1 to track like 30 something, it's 2.5 hours, 2 hours and 35 minutes all the way from top to bottom. Like it's not like other musicals where there's like words in between the songs and there's
It's
like
not
dialogue.
like other musicals. It's a cool musical.
It's a cool musical. And so like the story flows. Like you will get the entire story if you just listen to it. You're just so uncultured, Andy, if you don't listen to the Hamilton album.
That's aggressive.
Like your road trips must be boring.
I can't have other hobbies and interests.
You can, but everyone needs to just listen to it. It's literally America's history. Are you saying you hate America?
Didn't say that.
I think you hate America. You hate your ancestor, Alexander Hamilton.
Not my ancestor.
We don't know that.
Speaking of road trips, are you a big fan of road trips or do you prefer plane trips?
I prefer a road trip.
Interesting, coming from the wife of a pilot. What's the furthest road trip you've ever taken?
In middle school, I had a mission trip to Choctaw, Mississippi. That's an Indian reservation in Mississippi, and that was like can't remember. It was more than 10 hours.
To get from Georgia to Mississippi?
Well, yeah, it's a bunch of middle schoolers on a church van.
Which one of you was able to drive that van?
Oh, we had a chaperone.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah. They weren't just going to send us on the reservation alone.
Were you able to just like walk up to the place or did you have to have a reservation?
Okay. If you're in Choctaw, Mississippi listening to this, you're probably not.
Because you don't have internet.
Well, it's a very rural area, Andy.
The Wi-Fi doesn't get there.
It don't. But if we do see on our little hotspot map a little ding from Choctaw, Mississippi, we
can look at what locations are watching.
We'll do something fun. Andy will watch the Hamilton musical.
We'll do a live podcast from Choctaw.
Oh, that would be lit. We did try to vlog on our plane trip.
It might be out by now.
It might. Oh, we were still going to follow through with it.
I haven't started editing it yet.
Well, maybe. I think
you could edit it.
I don't know how. I do know how to go on a road trip. What's the longest road trip you've ever done?
I consistently, for the holidays, will drive back to Ohio. So I do 12 hours.
I forgot about that.
But very unmarried of me, I drive it alone on my own.
That's so sad. Like, how do you pass the time?
Honestly, podcasts. I listen to Two Bears, One Cave a lot.
I like
what
that
I
one.
do is I like to do this where I don't listen to that podcast all year. And then on my drive for like in December to go home for Christmas, that I listen to it because it's a 12-hour drive. I'll listen to like 10 episodes.
So, I'm sorry. That's a very long time to listen to Tom Segura and Bert Kreischer.
Kreischer,
Kreischer, whatever. Sorry, Bert. Love you.
It's amazing. I love it.
You probably feel like you're a part of the show by
It
the
makes
end
me
of it.
laugh. Yeah. Plus, they're talking about like very timely things, and sometimes I can like, oh yeah, I remember when that happened this year.
Right, right. Are you okay?
What do you mean?
You should maybe spice it up a little
I
bit.
listen to music and stuff too.
Okay.
I like flip back and forth. But I think something about hearing people talk, I feel like I'm in the conversation, and a conversation carries me further in a car than music.
I honestly don't think I could be driving for 12 hours straight.
You got to lock in. You got to be built different.
I'm not. Like, when I thought, like, I was, out of my friends in college, I was the one that lived the farthest away. So I was from South Georgia, and I went to school in Columbia, South Carolina, go Cox. So that was like a 5.5 hour drive. So I thought that was long.
5.5 hours.
That to me, that used to be very
That's
long.
pretty long.
And at one point I thought about going to Baylor in Texas. Baylor. And I didn't, because I was like, that's really far away. But
Waco. I've been there.
You have? Is it
I went
wonderful?
for a UConn versus Baylor women's basketball game.
Wow.
We lost.
Well, actually, UConn women's, like, I'd be pretty... Whoa.
We lost. Yeah, Baylor beat us. Their gym was very, like, tinted green.
That would make me
I
sick.
hated it.
I bet that was hard to, like, film.
I hated it. But we lost.
I would just feel like I'd be in a booger.
Yeah, I didn't like it. I think they've updated the lighting since then, but I've never been back.
Shout out you, Baylor. We're happy for you.
Shout out you. Have you and Thomas ever taken a road trip together?
All the time.
Who drives?
Thomas.
The whole time?
Pretty much.
Wow.
Because part of that's because, one, I have a lot of speeding tickets. Two,
No.
I can't see very well, but I do have glasses now. So that's good. I don't wear them.
Speeding tickets, glasses, what else?
I tend to fall asleep.
Okay. We were in a car and I was asleep and I thought we were going to die recently.
That was so recent. Andy and I were asleep. We were sleepy. And the car we were in was on a Texas highway, slammed on brakes, and we're like, "Ooh!" The first thing Andy says to me, he turns around and he goes, "Do you want me to hamster feed you some water?"
No, first of all, I asked if you wanted water, and you said no. And I said, "Are you sure? I'll hamster feed it to you."
Yeah.
Because it was in a bottle that looked like it could have been up with like a little metal thing out of it.
It was a lot for me to take in after waking up abruptly from a car nap. It was also like 4:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
So,
I slept all day on those travel transits.
yeah, I know. We were in the airport, and I look over, and Andy is like asleep. I can't really like sleep in public like that.
Oh, I did.
There's a lot of people that are probably listening is like, Haley could fall asleep in public.
For sure, you could.
I will fall asleep. I've been known to do that. But I don't know. Something about like falling asleep in an airport, I just, that's for you and your kind, the
You
unmarried.
literally fell asleep in the same airport I was in 10 minutes later.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
But you were there, so that's different. I wasn't by myself.
You were asleep
And
in
then
public.
the bomb dog came and sniffed me and was like, "Whoa,
Did he?
you were asleep."
Oh, that makes sense.
Rover woke me up.
Shout out Rover.
Actually, his name was Diesel. Isn't that cool?
That's a gas name.
Isn't that okay?
Well, that was a crazy trip, though. I feel like there was a lot that happened on that trip.
Yeah, I think I'm glad we flew because we did know a couple of people that drove.
I never would have done that.
That was a 15-hour road trip.
Too far.
I think like I would do like a road trip in the sense of like how it is supposed to be, where you like drive up the coast and you like camp somewhere, then you get back in the car and you drive.
Like in an RV?
I would totally do that.
You can rent an RV.
No way.
Yeah.
You don't have to buy those things?
No, you can rent like a really nice one.
Oh, the movie RV is all about renting an RV. I forgot about that.
You and Thomas should do that. Rent an RV and go somewhere for a romantic weekend.
I don't want to it just be me and Thomas in the RV.
Yeah, you're right. That would be weird if you spent alone time with your husband.
It's not that. It's just that's a really big behemoth of a vehicle. I feel like
Whoa, you can't call Thomas that.
I just feel like it should be shared with others. Like when you get a significant other, you and your significant other.
Oh, of course, we have to wait on Andy to get a significant other in order for us to go on an RV road trip.
Yeah, we can't do it until you hurry up and do your part.
Okay. A lot of blame coming here.
We've been waiting, and I can't wait any longer.
I've been trying.
I don't want to be in charge of the sewage.
I don't think you have to do that if you only are doing like a weekend. I think it just like...
Well, you probably have to empty it before you return it.
Maybe.
No.
Sounds like a Thomas job.
I will hold it the entire time.
Or we just don't go number 2 on the bus. Rule number 1, no 2 on the bus.
No 2 on the bus.
Rule number 2.
I can lock in like that. Like...
Well, depending on where you're camping, they'll have like real bathrooms.
No.
Oh, you're just not going to go.
I think you know this about me. Like, I'm weird about public restrooms.
A lot of people are. It's not a
like
rare thing.
Mission trips growing up, didn't go. Those were week long. I'm not saying this is healthy. I'm not advocating for this practice, but I can survive without going. I gotta be in the right headspace, and the right headspace is my own restroom at home.
I respect that.
I'm so serious. Do you hear the severity in my voice?
I feel it.
Do you feel the tension?
I feel the aggressive nature towards public restrooms.
I have wrath towards public restrooms.
There it is.
Yeah, so you will not catch me.
Where's the line? Is like a hotel room considered a home?
I am kind of weird. It depends on if I'm sharing the hotel room with others. Like when we were in San Antonio, didn't go.
Really? That was a long time.
Yep.
You know, somehow we got here. I wanted to talk about this, but I'm glad we got here. We experienced the weirdest restroom I've ever been in San Antonio at that one bar.
Oh, yeah.
So Haley and I have to go to the bathroom at the same time. So we're like, I'm going to use the bathroom. Haley was like, oh, I got to go too. And I was like, cool, let's go. And then I made the joke, well, we're not going to go to the same bathroom. And then we get there, and it's one of those signs that has a man and a woman on it. And I go, all right, Haley, you can go ahead. And she opens it, and it's like the lobby to a bathroom, like where you wash your hands and stuff. And we were like, oh, I guess it's for both. And there were 2 like kind of stall rooms. Mm-hmm. And they were both open, and so we both went to the bathroom at the same time in the same bathroom.
Yeah, and we met in the lobby.
The one I was in was a challenge because the seat did not stay up. So you had to and the door didn't lock. The door didn't lock, the seat didn't stay up.
Lot.
So you had to face away from the door because you didn't want someone to walk in and see you. You had to hold the seat up and pee.
Yeah, I didn't have that experience. I just had a can of paint in mine.
So I went to the bathroom at that place 3 or 4 times. Never got the left stall. I was in the right one every time.
That sucks. Team left stall.
I guess challenged every time.
But you're so
good
at accepting the challenge.
It was very weird to come out of the bathroom and see women.
Yeah, I bet that would be a bit alarming to be like, oh, hello.
Hello, ladies.
How do you do? What if that's how you met your wife? How'd you meet your wife? In the bar restroom? In the bathroom. Yep, you heard me.
Right in the bathroom, right after I just didn't poop in public.
Andy, you're a woman.
My women?
You can get multiple.
My women.
My women could have been in that lobby.
She could have. She was not. I don't think I experienced one woman in that lobby bathroom who wasn't someone that we knew. Oh,
yeah, that would probably make it tough.
Yeah.
Can you imagine, you've known the women that have been in this restroom, and it's that's the moment where you fall in love?
I don't think that's the moment where you fall in love. You might
that's
meet
where it
someone.
Clicks.
You might meet someone. The way you wash your hands.
I never even noticed this about you before.
Oh, it's the light.
It was a lot, truthfully, but I think one of my favorite parts, though, about that trip was we were on the outside part of this bar restaurant thing, and there was very clearly a an ID stand, but nobody was manning it. And like Andy looks at it and he goes, I'm going to stand here and see how many IDs I can check. I'm like, that's not going to work. Like, you're wearing, like, a shirt that obviously indicates, like, you're a fan. Like, the only reason people are in this city this weekend is for the Final Four or whatever. Like, I didn't think it was going to work. I turned my head. There's a line, like, 8 people deep, and it's, like, Andy checking people's IDs. And he's like, you're good. You're good. And I'm like, what are you doing?
The best was I was apologizing to people as I was checking their IDs. I'm like, sorry, guys, policy.
Policy.
And there was one guy who's like, I get it, man. No problem. You're just doing your job.
And he was certainly doing...
If you're confident, you can check the IDs at any bar that's not checking IDs.
We do advocate for that practice.
You can check it. I mean, there's nothing illegal about it. Hey, let me see your ID. No? Okay, go in. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I don't care.
It's fine.
I was happy for Andy to...
I didn't even look at the ages either. I just, yep. You just give it a couple glances and then you hand it back to him.
Imagine if, like, someone in that group was, like, underage and they were,
I think
like...
the 2 kids were, but they were like, we're just going in to eat. I was like, oh, that's fine.
Yeah, and they're just, like, nervous. Like,
So
like,
it would have been funnier if one of them handed me a fake. And I was like, yeah, it looks good.
Yeah. Did you have a fake ID in college?
Never.
I did.
Never had one. I bet you did. That sounds on brand for you.
Mine was from Maryland.
Ah, did you have a fake name?
No, it was my name. And then the address was a house that I saw for sale on Zillow in Maryland.
Okay, that's very specific.
Well, I didn't I didn't want him to like look up the address and it not even be in Maryland.
I mean, you went above and beyond in the thinking process.
I did. But it was a really bad fake ID. So
one of my favorite parts of our San Antonio trip was when I was an honorary member of the girls' car.
Girls' car. Yeah, shout out Girls' Car. Andy was the honorary member of the girls' car, and I feel like this does tend to happen to you a lot, that you just like naturally come with us girls.
Sometimes, I'm where the ladies are at. Always keep that in mind.
And I think honestly it's a really good balance of energy, and I thoroughly enjoyed you as a member of the girls' car. I would say you were kind of the anchor to the girls' car.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, and
we played a music game in the girls' car.
We did.
It was you go down the alphabet and you take turns picking a artist that starts with, like, the first person would be A, second person would be B. Haley, you weren't the best at the game that I've ever seen.
I was so good at the game. I just have a very diverse musical palette.
Haley, so when I got a letter, I would stop and think about, like, okay, what artist do I want that starts with this letter? Haley would just shout out the first artist she could think of that started with the letter.
Ozzy Osbourne.
So she got O, and she was like, instead of stopping to think, like, I don't know.
I still can't think of anyone else.
We gave you like 3 right afterwards.
All I can think about is Ozzy Osbourne.
And she said Ozzy Osbourne, so we listened to Crazy Train in the girls' car.
And then we proceeded to listen to Crazy Train every day on the trip.
I didn't. I don't know what you guys were doing.
Every day because you were not a part of the girls' room. You were a part of girls' car. So girls' room is a even smaller group of women.
Probably makes sense that I wasn't in girls' room.
Right. Plus, we were already like sharing beds and stuff, so there was going to be no room for you.
That makes sense.
But you did walk into our hotel room. Like, we'd only been there one night, and Andy came up to like grab something with us.
You wanted to watch a movie.
Oh, we wanted to watch a movie.
You wanted to watch a movie.
I wanted to watch a movie. And Andy walks in, he's like, oh my, like, this is the messiest room I've ever seen. Oh my, like, you guys are pigs. Like,
why did I get so nasally?
Because that's how upset you were.
That's how I sound.
Yeah. And we're like, chill out. There's like 3 of us, and it's so well kept.
Oh, no, it was like a bomb went off.
And it's crazy for you to say that and this be your condo. Second of all, you're going to live with a woman one day.
Oh, we hope.
We do.
Girls' house. Oh, sorry.
Girls' house. And that's it will be girls' house. It will be girl house.
Yeah, well, yeah, similar to Thomas, she can do all the decorating and stuff if she wants. Like, I'm along for the ride.
But there are going to be times when, like, things get messy because, like, the outfit you thought you were going to like doesn't work. You're going to turn every flat surface into a makeup station. Hair dryers and curling iron, like, all the irons are going to be plugged in at all times.
Oh.
And you hope that there's someone in the group that's smart enough to unplug them. I'm not that person. But you have to you have to be that person.
I do? Me personally?
Yeah.
I mean, I'll unplug stuff. I'm pretty good at making sure I save electricity.
Yeah,
but
there's also
I don't know.
a billion lights on right now.
We're literally filming something. It doesn't. I don't leave the backlights on while I'm just hanging out at my desk.
This is all the time. He really likes...
Some people might not have even noticed that there were lights right here at any point. This might be the first time they've even considered that there was a backlight.
Behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes.
We're like Disney World. No, we're not.
In what way?
Just, I thought the production quality was similar.
I mean, I put a lot of effort into this.
You do. I just sat there on the couch and ate my nuts.
You were eating pistachios. Great snack.
Plant protein.
What are your top 3 road trip snacks?
Honestly, pistachios is up there.
Okay. You know what I love is a double-decker chocolate chip cream pie. You ever had one of those? It's chocolate chip cookie. It's the oatmeal cream pie cream, God. And then another chocolate chip cookie.
Mm-mm.
Number 2, I like, have you ever had Munchies? The chips?
Oh, yeah.
They used to have a ranch version. Now all I see is the, like, flamin' hot. I'm not a hot chip guy. Girls love hot chip. Andy doesn't love hot chip.
Right.
But they had a ranch version. It was, like, Cool Ranch Doritos, and then, like, the pretzels were all ranch flavored. That was bussin'. But I got to balance. I like to balance a salty with a sweet.
I do too. So pistachios are on mine. I really don't have a top 5, but I have a top 3.
It's fine.
But I will put pistachios in the 5. Crunchy Cheetos.
Okay.
The Nerds clusters.
Okay.
The Airhead. No, not what you're thinking of. The Airhead Extremes. They're the rainbow bacon things.
Yeah, rainbow bacon.
That's the closest I'm getting to bacon.
No pork.
And then Slim Jims.
No pork, but definitely Slim Jim.
It doesn't have pork. It has mechanically separated chicken in it.
I think the Slim Jim might be worse for you than some pork.
Well, I haven't had a Slim Jim since I gave up pork.
Ah, got it. Okay, that makes more sense.
But I did stare at one
and
today.
And right here behind me, I have 4 buckets of Slim Jim for you.
I did stare at it today.
You stared at a Slim Jim?
Before I came over here, it was between Slim Jim or pistachios.
I think you made the right choice.
I think I did too.
Slim Jims are you have to be in the right mindset, and I don't know if you're in that mindset right now.
What do you mean?
I feel like it's a greasy type of thing.
It is so greasy. It is so underrated for its greasiness.
You know what I had for the first time the other day? Krystal.
What did you think?
Fun
fact, we served Krystals at our wedding.
I didn't get one. I wanted one that night. They didn't get around to where I was, or I didn't have the confidence to go get one or the other.
You gotta go in hard.
They were good. It's like a White Castle. I've had White Castle before. They're the same thing.
Mm-mm.
I mean, yes, they are.
Mm-mm.
But I got a 4-pack, and they gave me little individual boxes.
I know, isn't it cute?
I did think that was nice.
I think the most romantic thing someone could ever ask me is to split a bag of Krystals.
Oh, wow! Not even draw you a bath like last episode.
Oh my gosh, bubble bath plus splitting a bag of Krystals.
Yeah, I gotta remind Thomas that at some point. Thomas, if you're watching, comment now.
Oh my gosh, I don't have words. How was your Krystals experience?
Mine was good. I ate it pretty quick. I was trying to go somewhere.
Where are you going?
Your birthday, actually.
You had Krystals on my birthday?
Before your birthday.
Wow.
Because I hadn't eaten that day, and I went to McDonald's, and the line was too long, and I have places to be.
Right.
And there's a Krystal's right off the exit by
There is.
where your party was, and I was like, I'll try that. And there was no one in line.
Because it's a hidden gem.
An uncut jam.
An uncut jam.
But then there was a lot of food at the party too, so I was all good.
There was a lot of
didn't
food
need
at
to
the party.
necessarily eat the Krystals.
I ate so much chicken salad.
I didn't have any of the chicken salad. I had the buffalo chicken dip. That was really good. You had a Masters themed birthday party.
I did, but Andy also typically is the person to bring buffalo chicken dip. So I was surprised that the one gathering we have.
I was told not to bring anything.
But you do make good buffalo chicken dip. For a very long time, I thought it was store-bought.
I bring it out once a year.
Once a year for our office Christmas party. That's the only time we get it.
I have a secret ingredient.
I'm convinced it's like
The secret ingredient is
Come
not
on.
going to be revealed.
Oh. Come on.
Not going to be revealed.
It's like the Krabby Patty secret formula.
Yeah, it's my buffalo chicken dip secret formula. Darren's watching, our boss is watching right now just to try and get the secret ingredient.
He's like taking notes. He's going to crack. No, but it is really, really good. Like your wife is going to, will you make it more for her when you get married?
If I get married, my wife, I'll make her whatever she wants.
And he's just going to be so excited to be married.
Yeah, exactly. 100%.
You're going to have whatever you want, baby.
The problem is I think like even if I start dating someone, I'll be too excited. I'll be like, "What can I make you anything?
Can I cook for you?
Please.
Let me chef.
Let me chef. I do this.
Do you split bag of Krystals?
Would you like some of my Cool Ranch munchies?"
Yeah, you never finish the rest of your snacks.
Oh, I think what I was saying was I think it fluctuates because I like a salty and a sweet. So like I probably have like 5 salties and 5 sweets, and I go back and forth.
Feel free to, if you want.
This was good because so I talked to one of my friends about this. I think this is a guy's snack. Have you ever had the barbecue twisties? Mm-mm. Guys will know what I'm talking about. Am I right, guys? They're Frito like barbecue twisties. Oh, they're so good. All guys love that snack.
Yeah, I think I've seen Thomas eat those.
They're so good.
That is.
You know what else I like? That's a little bit more disgusting. It's a Fritos chili cheese. Oh yeah.
Actually, I like
one.
those if they're a part of like a walking taco.
Ooh, a walking taco is an elite snack.
It's such an. I'd argue it's a meal.
It can be. It depends on the size of the taco.
Yeah, it does. But that's like I know some people are like Team Dorito for their walking taco. Team Frito is elite.
You know what? I think this is fun to bring up. Chili cheese dog. Like you go to Skyline, you get a chili cheese dog.
I've never been to Skyline. I really want to go.
What do you call the stuff on the top?
Chili.
Right. I call it chili. I had an ex-girlfriend once who called it sauce.
Well, that's why she's your ex now.
And I said, no, sauce is vague. There's a lot of sauces.
I would
Ketchup's a
agree with
sauce. Mayonnaise can be a sauce. Barbecue is a sauce.
Pasta sauce.
This is chili.
This is for men and women.
Yeah, anyone can eat a chili cheese dog. Everyone should eat Skyline. Skyline, please sponsor us, please.
I really want to try it because it looks really good.
You know what else you should try? A Penn Station sub.
You've told me about this. You've said I need to do this. And I think I just need to go to Ohio.
I'm going twice in the next 3 weeks.
I know, but I'm going back to my roots in South Carolina one weekend when you're going.
You can go this weekend.
It's Easter.
Only on one of the days.
Don't you have a funeral this weekend?
You can come to the funeral.
I am not coming to the funeral.
I wasn't going to mention it, but thanks.
Sorry.
Now it's out there. It's
no,
okay.
You can't just invite someone to come to... If you're seeing someone, like, do you invite them to the funeral?
Ooh, how long has it been?
A year.
Did they know the person?
I think if you've been with someone for a year and they get invited to a funeral...
I think it also depends on, like, the context.
Right,
Like,
right.
So for me, when I'm going this weekend, I'm going home. Like, if I was seeing someone, that might be a good opportunity for them to meet my family. I don't go home that often.
Mm-hmm. It's just going to be very
You
sad.
laugh. I'm meeting my sister's boyfriend when I'm back this weekend, so.
That is big. That is big. Well, my brother's ex-girlfriend, when we first met her, she came to the lake with our family, and like within 6 hours of her meeting everyone, somebody's dog died.
Ooh.
At the lake.
Did she do it?
No.
Oh, okay.
But like my dad had to like perform CPR on the dog.
On the dog?
We like all sat around in a circle and watched the dog die. And it was a puppy too, so that was even more sad. We still don't really know what happened. But like
could have been her.
After it all like was said and done, we all looked at my brother's girlfriend at the time and were like, I'm so sorry. Because it was just really somber for the rest of like the weekend.
You guys had to pause for a minute.
Did you say pause as in like dog paws? Or are you trying to make it? You are terrible.
How? Why?
You go. This is a sad thing that happened.
I'm not saying it wasn't sad.
I feel like you're the type to make jokes at a funeral.
Hey, someone's got to ease the tension.
Yeah. Do they? Like, can't we just?
I mean, you can't go at them right away. Sometimes you got to wait till the tail end.
Oh my god. Andy,
if you have a bone to pick with me, just come out and say it.
This is rough.
I
can do it too.
I
can do it too.
Way to get in there.
No, I don't think if you were seeing someone, you should bring them home for the funeral. Your sister can do that. She's allowed to.
What's the difference? Also, that's not why I invited you back to Ohio. It was to experience Skyline and Penn Station.
The thing is there's a funeral mixed in.
You can do something else during that time.
Okay, then but is that rude? First of all, I'm not going. I have plans this weekend.
Wow, okay, shove it in all of our faces.
I got a spray tan. Where do you think I was going?
I don't know. I have no idea where you're going.
I would probably get a spray tan before a funeral.
I haven't asked. I don't care what you're doing.
I'm going back to the lake where the dog died.
The lake. Always the lake.
Always the lake.
What other trips do you have planned this summer? Anything?
Gonna go to the beach.
Let's go to the beach. Beach.
That's it.
Wow, big summer for Haley.
Yeah, I think next summer Thomas and I are gonna try and go to Europe.
Ooh.
And then like maybe next year we'll start trying to have a baby after Europe.
Well, that's a big podcast revelation that you just put out in the world.
That is.
Are you going to make me cut it?
No.
Whoa!
No. When I worked at South Carolina.
Your mom watches this podcast.
I know. But I think we said the one thing we wanted to accomplish before we had kids was go to Europe. Because I think that means a few different things. One, we've done a lot of like domestic trips together. Two, it would also indicate we're in a decent financial situation.
Money.
So like it just, yeah. So if you see me in Europe, just know what's coming after. Hi, Mom.
Now your parents know exactly what's going to happen after Europe.
You have a trip this summer with your boys.
Yeah, we're going to Nashville. I still have to pay for that trip. I'm going home again in 2 weeks for my sister. She's graduating college.
Congratulations.
Nice. Yeah, I don't know. I'm down to clown this summer. Oh, I'm going back to the Women's College World Series. If we make it.
We'll make it.
We'll make it.
We will.
Yeah, down to clown.
Yeah, I think, like, if somebody were to say, hey, let's take a trip, I'd be like, yes.
Maybe like a road trip.
Yeah, or even, like, I really want to do, like a 4-day trip to, like, Maine. I want a lobster roll.
Brother, that's far away.
I want a lobster roll.
You go to Connecticut.
Mm-mm.
Why not?
They don't have lobsters there.
That's not true at all. Not true at all.
They don't have Maine lobsters there.
Okay. You're going to pay a lot of money.
There's an app where you can track lobsters in the ocean.
What's it called?
I don't know.
I've seen a shark one. There's one guy who pops up on my TikTok, and he's like, "This shark was eaten by a mega shark." Because there's one that always goes like way out. And he's like, "Why is this shark all the way out here?"
He's just doing his thing.
He thinks there's a megalodon shark.
Imagine if like there was an app that just like tracked us. There
is. It's called Find Your Friend.
There is
I watch you go home sometimes.
Oh, I used to really love in my free time to look up where all the sex offenders are around me.
Oh.
Just to like, I did that a lot in college to make sure I was safe, because they're registered, so you have to track them.
Yep.
So there's like, I forgot the name of the website, but you can track the pedophiles around you, and it shows their mugshots. None of them are smiling. And it also will tell you what their charge was.
Wow, fun hobbies. What are you freaking out about?
The fan just turned on.
The fan's been on, dog.
Oh.
The fan has been on the whole time.
Well, that's fantastic.
Okay. All right, time for our favorite game.
Yes!
Is it more married or unmarried?
Oh, I thought it was Monopoly.
That would be a long podcast.
Such a long podcast. Oh my gosh, I meant to tell you. In Australia, they broke the world record for the longest game of Monopoly.
How long?
It was like 96 hours.
That's way too long. Way too long.
Ages.
Were they going for the record, or did it just happen?
They were going for the record.
Okay.
They locked in.
But in that case, like, I could beat that because I'm just not going to buy anything. We're just going to continue to roll the dice and go around.
Yeah, now that I think about it,
That's
I should have read the
record.
I should have read the article more. Like, did they sleep?
I guess that would be what foils you at the end, is you have to go to sleep at some point.
Right. Because the last time we played Monopoly, it did not last as long as the other time we played Monopoly.
There's got to be some stipulation, like you have to buy something or you have to do... Like, it can't just be like...
I'm going to read that article, because Monopoly is next weekend, by the way.
We play Monopoly once a month.
It's called Monopoly. And
I'm in charge.
He is the banker. Or the prefect if you're playing the Harry Potter version.
Oh, yeah, we got to get a new version, don't we?
By the way, if anyone can somehow get us the credit card version of Monopoly, we've been trying for 2 months now to find the credit card version of Monopoly that some of us like played as kids, and we can't find it.
That would make the banker's job way easier.
So much easier.
No counting.
There's a pink credit card in there that I really want to play with. That's my motivation for finding the game.
Haley wants to play Barbie Girl Monopoly.
Pretty Princess Monopoly.
Pretty Princess Monopoly.
Back to our game.
All right. More married or unmarried?
Okay.
Painting.
Married. Like, what are we painting?
Great question.
If it's painting a house or like a deck, probably married.
Part of your Christmas present this year was a painting from me.
From an unmarried man.
It took me 4 attempts.
It was very good. It was Williams-Brice Stadium. Go Cox. That's also where I got engaged.
That's partly why I did it.
It was perfect. So I would say when you're unmarried, you have like more time to paint, but like married people love going on like one-off dates of like, let's go to pottery, let's go to needlepoint, let's go paint.
Why do we sound like that?
That's what my kind sounds like.
Let's go paint.
Like married people love one-off dates like that, where it's like, date night, painting.
Instead, you just watch Love on the Spectrum.
Yeah. To anyone on that cast that wants to come on to the podcast, I think you have a wealth of knowledge to provide the married and unmarried listeners. Connor, we love you so much.
I thought you were going to say they have a wealth of knowledge to give me.
Yeah, they're doing better. You're doing better in your dating life than Andy. You should take...
Okay.
I'm just saying, you should take some pointers. I think it's because what I've noticed on that show, there's a lot of honesty.
You think I'm not being honest with people?
I think...
Where?
Well, there's a lot of honesty on that show, and also, like, decisions are made very quickly.
Oh, you think I'm slow to decide?
I think you're slow to decide.
Oh. Okay, well, I'm going to have to think about this for 96 hours worth of a Monopoly game. I think painting is a more married task. I think it's like an old, retired, I'm going to paint now task.
My grandmother is an artist like that's her occupation. But
you still think unmarried?
I still think unmarried.
Okay.
I don't have time to paint.
What about playing cards?
Married.
You think?
Mm-hmm. That is all Thomas and I mean, among other things, did on our honeymoon. Do you know how many rounds of gin rummy we played in Costa Rica? I think it was like 52 rounds of gin rummy.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of gin rummy.
You know, usually when people go on trips, they like to do other things than just sit there and play cards.
We played gin rummy in the Costa Rican jungle, and we were so happy.
Okay.
It was wonderful. And also, like, Thomas's parents, they're the ones that kind of introduced me to this. Like, they're very big card players, and they'll have other couples over for dinner and cards. Like, dinner isn't like the show. It's like the main event is playing cards.
Is the cards.
Yeah.
I love poker.
I would say poker is an unmarried thing.
I agree.
But everything else...
you know what? At one point I was going to organize a guy's poker night. I need to get back on that.
Where are you going to play?
I'm going to have to buy a poker table.
Finally, we're getting a table in this house, but it makes a lot of sense that it would be a poker table.
It's better than a foosball table.
Yeah.
Like Joey and Chandler.
Yep, it's an upgrade.
Woo!
Poker.
More married or unmarried, being the person that drives everywhere?
Married. Well, I'm married and I don't drive everywhere.
So it's kind of a gotcha, because if you're unmarried, you have to drive everywhere.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that, did you?
No, I didn't. You win. You and your people can have that one.
You don't like that.
You don't like that. You have to drive everywhere. I'm really the winner.
I like to drive.
Okay.
Well, actually, I guess it depends on who's driving. If it's someone I trust, I don't mind being passenger.
Do you trust me?
I've gotten in your car.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a mistake, but You could tell if I really trust you if I fall asleep when I'm not, like, exhausted.
Well, we did that with the last person that drove us.
Yes, but that was because I was exhausted. That was a different thing. Last one.
Okay.
Watching TikTok. Married or unmarried?
I'm going to say it's an unmarried thing.
Okay.
But, like, now that I have TikTok again, oh boy, do I love it. And there's a community of married women and men out there that love to talk about their spouse in a really comedic way on TikTok. And I see you, and we stand together.
Are you in that group now?
Like, I would say, you know what I'd say? Doom scrolling, I feel like, is very unmarried. Because I have someone...
Who would do that?
Are you sure the fan's been on this whole time?
Yes. 100% sure.
I think there could be a ghost in
100% sure the fan's been on.
Being haunted, unmarried.
Boo!
That's not happening in my household.
Ghosting?
No ghosting.
Ghosting,
no
also
haunting.
unmarried.
No, yeah, very unmarried. No parent. Can you imagine trying to ghost your spouse?
Well, I don't think you could do that, but you could ghost other people.
And it's like, hey, you can't just, like, leave. We live together.
Oh, actually, I feel like that could happen more. Like if Thomas texted you in the middle of the day and you didn't respond.
Oh, and I would just see him later?
Yeah.
That happens a lot.
Because if I don't respond to someone, I never see them again.
That's why he has to be pinned at the top, because I will forget to text him back.
Am I pinned at the top?
Nope.
We're business partners.
We are. We say we're business partners. We've generated no revenue from this podcast.
I've actually lost a lot of money with this podcast.
I'm going to invest in the podcast as soon as my commission checks come in.
Nice. No, you're fine.
Well, I'm kind of in a rebuilding stage because of my tax situation.
Nice.
So yes.
Well, the past month has also just been rough for everyone because you had the once in a lifetime Final Four. So you
Yeah,
I bought a bunch of stuff.
that was one where you just like full send.
Yep.
Like you
Money for me this past month hasn't been real.
Yeah, I'd agree. I have that mindset. My husband, it's very real for him because he didn't get to go to the Final Four.
He also doesn't like sports necessarily, so it's not really like...
But we had a really great realization the other day, and it was, like, I do love music. Like, I'm a music person, but he really is a music person.
Okay.
When he lived in Macon, Georgia, that's a city that gets a lot of, like, really good talent that isn't very well known. Like, every night he would go pay like $20 to go see Billy Bob and the Fiddle.
Shout out Billy Bob and
like,
the Fiddle.
He loves independent artists, like very like under the table type of people. Like non-mainstream. He likes mainstream, but he really likes non-mainstream. So like that's his Super Bowl. Like the Alan Jackson concert was his Super Bowl.
Double jeaned up. Some people in the comments were looking for a photo. They wanted to see.
I think we could reveal the photo.
Reveal that mystery jeaned man. I'm not editing that.
Please.
Maybe in the social edit.
Thank you.
Not in the full podcast.
That would take a lot.
Oh, actually, my new supercomputer might do it.
Supercomputer!
It edits so fast now.
And he says, I have a hog of a computer.
Yes, but what did I say about the computer? That one's on film forever.
I think we're done. We need to end it.
After that one, love you, dog.
Love you, dog. And your hog.
Nope. That one's getting cut out. You can't say that. You can't say that.
Of a computer.
Okay.